And so am I. And welcome to Funday Sunday Kids.
Where is Pastor Regis? Oh, wow, today I'm the king of the jungle. Okay, Funday Sunday Church family.
What are you doing?
Sorry, I thought you were awake. Oh, sorry, okay.
What were you doing?
I thought you were awake, so I...
So you're starting off the episode?
I don't think anything recorded. Oh.
I think it was. Do you know what, Rach? I think we let him do it. Come on! Go on, Pastor MC!
Oh, come on, Pastor Regis, come on. No, I can't do that. You know, we always work together, so I really want to be invited to Pastor Regis. Come on, be bravo.
Alright then.
Forgive me.
It's okay. Alright, well, welcome back to this week's Funday Sunday Kids. We are joined, we joined Pastor MC, yeah. And first up, before we start another big story, we have got a craft. Woohoo! Something fun, so shall we get cracking? Yeah! Let's go!
Well, as we just said, for this week something fun, we are doing a craft. And seeing as this week's story involves some lions, I thought it would be really cool if we tried to make us some lion manes.
I got my own.
I know, I was thinking this, your hair is already pretty much there, so you wouldn't actually need to make one, because you've already got one. But I thought it'd be good for us to try and have a go, and you guys could have a go at home, and we could watch the story with our lion manes on, and wait and see when the lions join. So, what we are going to use for ours is some paper plates. We've got some card, but just some coloured paper would do well, kind of orange, yellow, red colours. We've got some tissue paper as well that we could add on, and some glue. So, shall we get stuck in?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, like a TV show that I used to watch as a kid called Blue Peter, they would always kind of come up with some, like, from under the table. Here's one I prepared earlier. We have just cut out, well, Rach cut out, the middle of these paper plates so that it is our mane. So all we're going to do now is stick different bits of yellow and orange and red coloured card and tissue paper and stuff all the way around, so then that it becomes our mane. So, shall we get decorating, Rach?
Yep.
Good. Our lion mates. I think they look a bit like a sunflower at the minute. But if you stick it on your face, but be careful, it's a bit wet still, then it could be a lion mane.
Which mane?
Yeah. And yours is looking quite wild. It's a bit of a scruffy mane. That's alright. And you could always stick some string or something to the back so you can attach it so it sticks there without having to hold it up. But these are our lion manes, and I reckon that we should put them on properly, maybe get some string and put them on, so that we can watch the story and see where there are some lions.
A long time ago, Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, set off with his army. He defeated many nations and brought back prisoners. Among the places he invaded and took prisoners was the city of Jerusalem.
One of these prisoners was a young man called Daniel. He was sad. He did not want to leave his home.
On the way to Babylon, the soldiers told the prisoners to sing for them. "Sing us one of your happy Jewish songs," they said.
"How can we sing?" the prisoners replied. "We are being forced to live in a foreign land."
Daniel was a good man. He was very wise and very sensible. The king of Babylon liked him.
"I have chosen you to be one of my special servants," said the king. "I will do my best," Daniel replied.
Daniel was a very good servant. He was so good, the king promoted him.
Some of the king's other servants were jealous. "How come Daniel gets promoted?" they asked.
The jealous servants decided to try and get rid of Daniel, so they watched Daniel carefully to see if he made any mistakes that they could report to the king.
But Daniel was hard-working and honest. He didn't make mistakes, and he served the king well every day.
The jealous servants made up a nasty plan. "We'll trick the king into killing Daniel," they said. They had noticed that he prayed to God 3 times each day.
They went to the king. "We want a new law in Babylon," they said.
Whenever anyone prays, they must only pray to the king for the next 30 days.
The king was flattered and said, "I like that law." He wanted everyone to pray and worship him.
"Anyone who doesn't pray to me will be thrown to the hungry lions," the king ordered.
As soon as the law was made, the jealous servants watched Daniel to see what he would do. Would he dare pray to God?
Daniel knew that it was wrong to pray to anybody or anything but the Lord God.
So Daniel continued to pray 3 times a day to God. He even opened his windows wide so it was no secret to anyone that he was praying.
"We've trapped him," the jealous servants exclaimed. They went straight to the king.
"Daniel is praying to his God and not the king," they reported. "He is breaking your new law and you must throw him to the lions."
The king liked Daniel and did not want him to die. "You have tricked me into making a law that I cannot change," said the king. He was very, very, very angry with Daniel's enemies.
But the law was made, and the king had to keep it. He ordered that Daniel be arrested.
"I'm so sorry about this," said the king to Daniel. "I don't want you to die in the lion's den, but I have no choice."
"Don't worry," said Daniel. "My God is able to keep me safe, even down there with the hungry lions."
The soldiers dropped Daniel through the entrance into the lion's den. The lid was sealed again, so he could not escape. Then the king went back to his house feeling very sad.
That night, the troubled king could not sleep. He felt terrible about what he'd done to his friend.
The next morning, the king ran to the lion's den. Was Daniel still alive? Surely the lions had eaten him.
The lid was lifted and the king called down, "Daniel, did your God keep you safe?"
Yes, my God kept me safe, came the reply. He sent an angel to shut the mouths of the lions.
Pull Daniel out of the den at once, the king ordered. Daniel was very pleased to be out of the hole.
Then the king turned to the jealous servants. You tricked me into throwing my friend Daniel to the lions, he said. I have a nasty surprise for you.
Throw these wicked men to the lions, the king demanded. The jealous servants were hurled into the den, where the hungry lions immediately devoured them.
Then the king made a new law. From now on, he commanded, everyone must worship the God that Daniel worships.
Daniel's God is the one true God. His kingdom will last forever. Everyone must worship only this God.
Daniel was pleased. God had answered his prayer, even in the land of Babylon. He had trusted the Lord and been kept safe.
Did we get you? I think we got that. I bet we made you jump. Well, what a great episode today. It's so good to do a craft for the first time in a long time. And yeah, I love the story of Daniel.
Oh, yeah, one of the best story, like Daniel, always like worshiping God, concentrate God.
Trusting God and being faithful to God. That's what I picked up from that story. Daniel remained faithful. He knew that he was only to worship his God, the Lord God, and he was faithful to that. And even though it meant being chucked in the den, God saved him. Yeah.
Amen, Pastor.
Exactly. And I just love that after that, it meant that the king told everyone else, oh, this is proof that this God is the true God.
That's
You
right.
should worship actually our faithfulness to God and trusting in God and doing what God says can actually mean that other people believe in God through seeing us do that. It's amazing. What a great big story.
Thank you.
Well, we are going to let you guys go now, and we are already excited to see you again next week. Bye!